What are the pros and cons of cruising? Maybe your family members have been trying to convince you to take a cruise, but you're not 100% sure that it's for you. Well, the truth is it's not for everyone. So in this video, I'm going to talk about the pros and cons of cruising. First, I want to know what you think. So if you're someone who loves cruising, head to the comments and let me know why. And if you're someone who is sure cruising is not for you, I want to know that too. And then we'll see by the end of this video if I covered your points. So the first big pro that attracts a lot of people to cruising is what's included. The big thing that's included in cruises is your meals. And what that looks like on the average mega cruise ship, so a cruise ship like Carnival, Norwegian, Royal Caribbean, is a buffet that serves breakfast, lunch, and dinner, a sit-down restaurant that serves breakfast and dinner every day, and lunch on days where you're at sea. You'll also find some type of casual dining, which could be a pizza place, a taco bar, a little sandwich shop. So lots of casual places to grab and go throughout the day. It's usually, most of them are usually open from around 12 to 6, but then some of them have extended hours into the evening, and that's usually the pizza. So you have a lot of places to go and get your meals that are included. Then they'll also have specialty restaurants for an extra charge. So if you wanted to go to an Asian or an Italian restaurant or a steakhouse, they usually have an upcharge for those restaurants, but they are available. So having all of your meals included from the beginning makes the cruise more budget friendly to a lot of people because you know what all your costs are going to be right up front. The other great thing that's included is activities. So first, let's talk about nighttime. You'll have an evening show. Some of them even include Broadway shows or an ice skating show in the case of Royal Caribbean. You'll also have trivia, fun games. There's supervised kids clubs that are included. So up to the age 12, you can drop your kids off and have them watched in kind of a daycare setting or a camp counselor setting. They have teen clubs for the teens to get together and take part in all kinds of activities. That's all included. They may also have things on board that people really love, things like water slides, a flow rider surf simulator, mini golf courses, a ropes course. So lots of things to do that are all included. Another pro is that you can unpack once and still see a lot of places. So that's why I love cruising. I love the idea that you can just get on board and unpack, and every morning you can wake up in a different place, and then you have sea days to kind of recoup and rest and relax. It gives you just a taste of a lot of different locations, and then you can see which ones maybe you want to go back for a longer stay without having to check in and check out, pack, unpack every couple of days. I mean, another great part is the ocean views. You are on the ocean. You don't have to sacrifice staying 3 to 4 blocks from the beach to get a great ocean view. If you have an interior cabin, you can just pop up to deck and then there is the incredible ocean. That's another pro. There's a number of different cabin categories. So if you're traveling people with a wide range of budgets, this is a great way to spread the budget. So you can have an interior cabin, which is a cabin without a window. You can have an ocean view, which just has a window. You can have a balcony cabin where you have a small balcony you can step out on. And then there's also suites, which are much larger cabins with a lot of extra amenities. Cruise ships also have a little something for everyone. So the activities that I talked about are great for families. You also have a casino, a nightclub, different bars and lounges, live music. So lots of things to keep everybody busy and happy. The cruise is on their schedule, not yours. So if you have only a certain days you can take off, you have to find a cruise that is on those dates. So there's 3-night, 4-night, 5-night, 7-night, but they're only gonna leave and return on specific dates. You can't really carve it to your schedule. You have to follow along with the cruise ship schedule. Also, you don't get a ton of time in port. That again is on the cruise ship schedule. Maybe you would love to be in the Bahamas till 11 o'clock at night, but your ship is leaving at 5 p.m. So that's not really gonna work for you. So it does restrict the amount of time you have in the actual locations. And for some people, that's the deal breaker. The idea that you're only gonna be in these places usually between 8 a.m. and 5 p.m. on any given day. The folks who don't like cruising are folks who really wanna spend a lot more time in the location. The other downsides are that the pools are very small. If you're a traveler that loves big pools, you're not gonna find that on a cruise ship. The other thing that's gonna be small is the cabin. The cabins are gonna be very small. They are much smaller than a standard hotel hotel. The places on board can be crowded. So this is another thing a lot of folks don't like about cruising, is that you can have a lot of people all in one place all at the same time. So you may have lineups to get into the theater for the shows in the evening. The lounges may feel crowded. The buffet may feel crowded. So I think that is a real con for a lot of folks and keeps them from cruising. There's upcharges once you get on board. So I talked about the specialty dining. So if the huge pro is how much is included, you will see some people talk about the con being nickel and dime, having to pay extra to go on the roller coaster or ride the go-karts or dine at certain restaurants. So those little things can start to add up. And lastly, you are on a cruise, so there is no guarantee you will get to the ports of call. So if you are dreaming to go to a particular island, I would say fly to that island, because hurricanes, weather, mechanical issues on the ship can all prevent you from actually getting to the location. And it's in the cruise contract that they can change the itinerary at any time. So keep that in mind. So that would be a big con if you're really just trying to take a cruise to get to a certain place. I don't recommend that. So what do you think? What are your pros and cons for taking a cruise? What do you love? What are you worried about? What do you wish would be different? Let me know in the comments. Hopefully you found this video helpful, and here's another video YouTube thought you might like.